Hey guys, it's Mike again, and welcome back to Riding with Wheels. Um, I guess this video will just kind of talk about kind of where I came from and how I got to where I am. Um, I was born in 1980, uh, and I've had cerebral palsy. I walked on a walker for years and years and years. Um, all of my people in Quitman, Texas, if y'all see this, y'all know who I am. I was the only redheaded kid on a walker, and it didn't faze me none. People knew me that I had no idea. It was because of my last name. My name was well known in Quitman, Texas. I'm not bragging, it's just a fact. After I lost my dad when he passed away when I was 16, a lot of people came up to me. Your dad was such a good man. Your dad was such a good man. Such a good man. So a lot of people came to my life after that tragedy. And as much as I hate to, I guess I'm going to go ahead and tell you kind of how that went. Um, my junior year, I've lived with my dad all my life. He's had custody of me, and my mom and I have discussed it, over the years, and she let him take custody because she knew that he could give me a better life than she could. That being said, like I said, I lived with my dad. He got married again. I had a sister when I was 11. Uh, Love you, sis. So I'm 11 years older than her. But I went to my junior year. I decided I'm moving out and going to live with mom. And I moved and went to school in Lone Oak, Texas for 1 year. 1 year, my junior year. And I came home on April the 27th, 1997. And I get to my aunt's house and she comes to me and I can tell she's been crying. She says, we need to go. Your mama needs to see you, which my mom lived in Greenville. But I just stayed at my aunt's sometime because it was closer. So we went to Greenville, and I kept asking her, "What's going on? What's going on?" And she says, "I don't know. I don't know. Your mom won't tell me." So we get there. Me and her go in. My grandma's there. My mom's there. Uh, and my aunt. To be honest with you, I couldn't remember who was there. But anyway, I'm looking at mom like, what's going on? And let me give you a little backstory on this. Before I went to school in Lone Oak for that year, the summer that I stayed with my mom, I decided I did not want to go back and stay with my dad again. And me and dad were kind of, on teeter totter then. We had made up, everything was good. I was going to his house about every weekend, every other weekend, just to spend time with him and my sister. So everything was good, luckily. And there's a lesson to be learned in that, and I'll explain that in a minute. So we get to my mom's, and I'm asking her, "What's going on? What's going on?" And she looks at me and she says, "Your dad had an accident." And I said, "Okay, is he all right?" Now, what my dad did is he was a construction worker. He also liked to buy old, basically GMC and Chevrolet trucks and Blazers and pickups and stuff like that. Buy them, fix them up, and sell them. That was his thing. He was in the middle of doing a 78 Chevy K5 Blazer, which I own, which will go down to my son. That thing's older than I am. Anyway, I thought so maybe he took that out. Well, he had bought a motorcycle for 3 days before his accident, but it had been raining for 3 days straight. And the guy kept telling me, keep an eye on the brakes, keep an eye on the brakes. Well, he knew something was wrong with them because my dad didn't got down to the stop sign at the end of the road, which is maybe 3/4 of a mile, and he wasn't but in not even in third gear, when he left and when the bike laid down. So not sure what happened, but he kicked away from it. He was instant. He felt no pain, and that's how I've kind of made it through this. I know he didn't hurt any. And I kind of felt bad for a long time because I knew that if I was with dad, I would have been on that bike with him. Because every time he got something different, I always got to go ride in it first. Got a new Blazer, got to go ride in it. Got a new truck, let's go ride in it. I'm go ride, we'll go ride. So, and her telling me that, and I'm like, was he okay? She said, no, he's not. And then I lost my shit. I mean, what do? You're 16 years old, you find out you lost your dad. Um, made it through that, you know, had to grow up early. That's the way it is. I've got it a lot better than some folks. Some folks didn't even have parents when they grew up. I was lucky enough I did. Um, I love my dad, you know, more than anything. Um, but I guess the Lord, you know, said it's time for you to come see me. So I know I'll see him again. You know, it's there, but take this away from that. Whatever you do, if you're mad at your spouse or your kids or whoever you're with or living with or whatever, don't ever leave the house or leave without saying bye and I love you. Because you never know if you're going to get to tell that person again that you love them. You never know. You could walk out today and be in an accident in 2 minutes and be gone. You never know. Like they say, most accidents happen. I think they say, what's the stat? Like a mile and a half, 2 miles from the house. He wasn't even a mile and a half from the house. A mile and a half from the house. So you'll take that with you. And I don't mean it to be a sad, sappy thing, but that kind of stuff does happen. Maybe grew up quick, and it's going to kind of add to a lot of the stories I add along to. But just tell the ones you love that you love them, because you never know when you may not tell them again. I tell my kids all the time, if you're pissed off at me, you're mad at me, that's fine. I understand. But just always tell me you love me and before you leave or before you hang up or whatever. And they've always done that for me. So since then, I got a lot more I can tell, but I have to make just different videos. So that's a little bit about me. The next few videos is going to be off wondering about different things. Has nothing to do with me. If you want to know something, leave me a comment. Check it out. I'll tell stories about, you know, I got some hilarious stories of people thinking I was paralyzed when we were riding four-wheelers. Because I used to own my own four-wheeler. My son had his. We'd put mine in the truck. We'd put his on the tailgate sideways. We'd go riding to Sabine River Bottom. Those around you in Wood County and stuff know where I'm talking about. Sabine River Bottom. That's a fun place to go four-wheeling. With that being said, like I said, there's the end of another video here. And like I said, y'all bear with me. I'm learning about the thumbnails. It's not as easy as opening a page and starting making videos. It ain't that easy. If it was that easy, everybody'd be doing it. So, anyway, and our veterans. I failed to mention in the first video that our veterans. I'm big into veteran help. My plan with this channel, if it works out right, and a good Lord above is going to tell me yes or no. I want to, you know, if I can make it and make a living at it, I want to be able to build a house that I can move around in, anywhere in my chair, go anywhere I want to go. After that, I'm going to find some way to start a system for our veterans. There's too many veterans that are homeless. These people went out and gave their, like, you know what, I'm going to cut that off and start another video. So, veterans, we need to think about our veterans, please. Anytime y'all see somebody in uniform, somebody you think might have been in them, just stop and say, thank you for your service. That's all it takes. And you don't know how much that makes their day. So, y'all think about that. Let them know when you see them.